Well, Jay Panda, of course, still with me, and also joining me tonight is Bindu Krishna. Now, Bindu Krishna is, of course, an advocate. She's also the president of the Kerala Congress Mahila Morcha. Ms. Krishna, thank you very much for joining me. There's been huge online outrage saying that this is online censorship. If 120 people are questioned for a Facebook post, you decided to go to the police. Why did you actually do that?
Actually, it is a personal attack on me. Because the background for such an attack is... Hello?
Go ahead, ma'am. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
I can hear you. Please go ahead.
The background for such an attack is that when the PJ Kurian sir's issue was arose in the last week of January, I tried to explain through electronics medias the stand and the views of my party, and also try to explain the various decisions of different courts in India, including the Supreme Court of India. But some persons who are against Mr. Kurian, they try to ridicule me through the social network medias. At first, I took it only as a political satire, but on 5th February, it is seen that at most ugly, using at most ugly words, some persons try to attack me. Actually, it is an attack on my dignity as a woman. And they try to ridicule me with at most obscene words, using obscene words, and some other persons shared the comments, and some persons liked the comments, and also they are the actual picture was that they are trying to enjoying the comments, so that my dignity is defamed.
So you're saying
I myself, being a woman, I myself defamed.
So that's your point.
Defined.
So that I don't want to repeat the details here because it is obscene, and you're saying the people who liked it and forwarded it was actually salaciously also participating in this. Jay Panda, come in here because you, of course, have a private member's bill where you asked for the amendment of Section 66A. What would you say for a case like this? Do you think it was justified what the Kerala police did, or do you think that while you may condemn the comment, perhaps the action taken by the police was an overreaction? Go ahead.
Before I talk about this specific case, as you know, Section 66A has been misused in other cases in Maharashtra and in other places. And as you are aware, I have filed a private member's bill in Parliament to have Section 66A amended drastically. And the reason for that is that it is very vague and wide and sweeping and can be used for just about anything. Now, for example, it equates annoying someone online with obscenity as well as with threatening someone. Now, if Ms. Bindu Krishna has been threatened, or if there is any kind of personal threat to her online, of course I support that whoever makes that threat, whether online or offline, must face consequences. But when you say that annoyance, causing annoyance is the same as causing serious threat of violence, or when you say obscenity without defining it, then it is liable to be misused, and that's why it needs to be much more narrowly defined rather than so widely, which gives scope to people to misuse their authority.
Sure, but I'm saying in this case that when the post basically talks about, say, a woman politician, and you know how much women politicians have to face the insinuations, and when it insinuates that a woman politician and salacious reasons for her defense of PJ Kurian, wouldn't this invite it? Do you think, like, as in the case of Prakash, the all-girls ban in Kashmir, when Section 66A was used by the Chief Minister to crack down on people who threatened them, here again, it's a post which seems completely obscene, and the fact that 2,000 people actually liked it adds to her case in a way, doesn't it?
Let me first say that, you know, this whole case traces to Mr. Kurian's case, and like any Indian citizen, he deserves his day in court. The Supreme Court has said that the High Court is going to rehear the appeal, and until that is said, we can't actually talk about the alleged crimes that he is accused of. Now, when his colleague, in this case Ms. Krishna, has been defending him, and there are people out to attack her, now we must be very careful when we say what is attack. The Supreme Court has repeatedly judged that we have freedom of speech subject to certain narrow exceptions, and those exceptions must be narrow. Now, I can't comment on this particular case because I don't know what was the comment on online about her. I mean, she says it was obscene. You know, I don't know. I can't comment on that. But basically, that portion of the law must be defined very narrowly, because you know, obscene itself can be a rather wide definition, and certainly it should not be clubbed with threat of physical violence and something as simple as causing annoyance. So these are very separate issues.